Okay, everybody, these are these amazing design guides that we give all of you with every post so that you can start doing space planning and really begin to think like a designer in your own four walls. And this was that great living room that's Eddie Ross's house. And everyone should try to buy one of these rulers. These are these great three-way rulers. And so all of these design guides, 1/2 inch equals a foot. So for every 1 inch, it equals 2 feet. And this is roughly how Eddie had his room laid out. But let's imagine that you have one of these big open concept houses where it's kind of like a great room that leads into a kitchen. So let's imagine that instead of this layout, you have a window here and a window here, and then a big long room that goes into a kitchen and maybe a dining room down here. So what we would do is move the dining area somewhere in here, off the screen a bit. And what if you decided to have kind of like a U-shaped floor plan? So this room would be a lot bigger, and I went ahead and printed out two. So now we're gonna have double sofas like this. And then let's do a pair of chairs over here. So let's start rearranging a bit so I can show you guys how this works. I love using a pair of sofas to almost form a feeling of a sectional. I'm not a big sectional lover. Sometimes they're a necessity, but I think this is a really great plan. And then these chairs almost end up kind of floating like occasional chairs, so you can keep them as a pair and have them parallel the sofa, but you can also kind of turn one in like this. And I think that's such a cute look. And when you have a floor plan that's much, much bigger like this, it's a good idea to get a big sisal or seagrass. Really, I think seagrass is far more durable than sisal, but some kind of natural fiber rug that goes under the whole seating area, because it's such a huge pet peeve of mine to have half a chair on and off of a rug. And then you could still keep a console table here to make this feel like a room. So you would still have the ability to walk around. If there's a socket in the floor, you could put a little lamp on it, but this still allows for people to walk around like this, but it also kind of delineates the space. And then of course down here you could have your dining table, and this can function as a sideboard and again as a little break in the space, and you could always put a little vase of flowers or something like that on it. In this case we would put either of these cubes or a pair on both sides of the sofa, and I would go ahead and make this a pair of the lamps. And then of course you would need to have more lighting over here, so you could put one of the floor lamps here, but you could also put it right here. So just remember always to kind of strategically try to bring your eye around the room like this. And then everything else is really going to be styling, you guys. Eddie picked some of the coolest stuff to pull together for this room. I love the idea of putting one big piece of art and then a pair of art on either side of a window. I love the idea of pulling an ottoman in. If this was even pulled back a bit more, the ottoman could fit right there. So you guys now have these amazing components to manipulate in your own space and make sure that it works within your own four walls. But Eddie, we are so grateful that you came on Hanover Avenue, and you guys have fun recreating his look in your own house.